We're going to move to the county commissioners race. The two people that we have here this evening are Willie Milsap and Mike Bohacek. And Mike, we'll start with your 2-minute bio.
My name is Mike Bohacek. I'm running for County Council District 1. A couple quick things about myself. I'm a married father with 3 young daughters. I hold bachelor's degrees in economics and finance from DePaul University. And I'm a small business owner. I own a third-party logistics, transportation, supply chain business. We've been in business for 8 years, and I've been involved in logistics for over 25 years. And as being a small business owner, I really see the lack of economic movement in our county. Our cities are doing some great things, but our county has now decided to go on their own. And really the strength of a county and cities and a municipality is all working together, and all working together for one common good. To not continue to keep reinventing the wheel from one municipality to the other, from the city to the county. We need to all just start pulling things together. And that's what we really need in this commission. We need a leader who's willing to do that, who's willing to say, I want to step outside of the box, and I want to take a leadership position, and I want to unite the counties and the cities together, because if it's good for the city, it's good for the county. If it's good for the county, it's good for the city. And we need to really focus in on that. We need to help each other, not only economic development issues, but also with purchasing issues, with best practice issues, and all those types of things that we currently don't do. So that's a little bit about me and a little bit about some of the things that I stand for. I'd appreciate your support.
Good evening, everyone. I am your current commissioner, Willie Milsap, representing District 1, which is Michigan City. And I am I was a three-term city councilman in the city of Michigan City, representing the 5th Ward, which is the east side of Michigan City. I am a 34-year veteran firefighter with the Michigan City Fire Department, retiring in 2013 as the rank of assistant chief. I am a lifelong member of the Michigan City community. I sit on numerous boards such as Swanson Center, North Central Community Action, Michigan City Chapter Indiana Black Expo, Michigan City Chapter of the Commission on the Social Status of African American Males, and Senior Citizens for the Care for the Homeless. The reason I'm involved in the community is because I was taught early on by my parents that it's a difference with being in a community and being a part of a community. When you are a part of a community, you can make change, and change is always good. Change is the only thing that's constant in society today. So therefore, I put all my energy and time into making our community better. I have been in the Commissioner's office for 3 years. I'm seeking for a re-election to serve you again because I feel that I am the best candidate for this position. Serving 3 terms with the Michigan City Councilman gave me the skills that I needed to walk into the Commissioner's office day 1 and hit the ground running. We're all in this together. There is no difference. We're all human beings. We all deserve a better quality of life. And if elected, I will continue to work hard and strive for all of you. Thank you all, and God bless.
Thank you. We'll start with the first question. Willie, I'll give it to you. What are the top 3 issues facing LaPorte County, and do you plan on addressing them, and how do you plan on addressing them?
There's a sense of urgency here in LaPorte County. And with that being said, supporting job creation is number 1 in our county. That's why when the team of commissioners we have now, Decker, Cora, and myself, when we jumped into office, the first thing we did is address the unemployment issue in our county. We are the first community in the state of Indiana to reopen the Work One office, which is designed to help unemployed people with job posting and training, because the only way the community can rise is if we all rise together. The second most important thing is we're trying to build confidence back in county government. And by that is everything is done out in the public. You have to feel comfortable that everything is done on board, and that's what we're doing, and this confidence building in this current commissioners. Next, economic development. When we walked into office day 1 with my new team of Commissioner Cora and Decker, the first thing we did is open the Office of Economic Development. And the reason for that is because you have to have a grip.
Thank you, Will. We'll come back to economic development. Mike, if you would, the same question, what are the top 3 issues facing LaPorte County and how do you plan on addressing them?
Sure, we certainly have a lot of issues. Leadership within county government is a real problem. Commissioner Milsap said that everything is public and transparent. However, I find that kind of hard to believe when in the past 2 years, as Mr. Milsap has been the president of this commission, they have yet to have a vote that was not 100% unanimous. So to be so agreeable all the time and always vote 3-0, either for or against an issue, that certainly demonstrates a lack of transparency as opposed to certainly transparency. So we need to instill and encourage some good hard debate about issues and some public questioning as opposed to things happening with the appearance of happening behind closed doors. Economic development is obviously a big issue. When the current commission decided to break away from the 2 cities and go it alone with a third-party outsourced solution from Lake County. That's what it is. They just hired a consultant. That is your Office of Economic Development. That locked out the 2 cities from actually collaborating with the county, which I think is a real problem. Thank you.
As I said, we'll come back to the economic development, and with the second question, we'll start with you, Mike. Do you support the county one-stop shop for economic development, or should the county return to the LaPorte County business approach?
We need to return to the LaPorte County business approach, and what that was, for those of you who don't know the nomenclature, that was when the cities and the county all worked together. It was an exciting time because now the monies that were set aside for economic development in the county were now being utilized by both of our city partners, which makes more sense because it makes them more effective. So they were doing proactive things. Our current economic development situation, it's very reactive. If somebody calls, they answer. Where when we were part of LaPorte Biz, they were actually going out and proactively speaking with businesses and saying, look, what do you need to become more competitive? As a businessman, I know that it's easier to retain existing business and grow existing business than it is to go fetch new clients. And that's what they were doing, and it was a really powerful thing, and it was working because some of the companies that they were going to see are now undergoing massive expansions, both in Michigan City and LaPorte, and it was a real powerful tool, and it was very disappointing when they broke that up.
Thank you, Mike. Willie, if you would, the same question.
I stand behind the one-stop shop philosophy because just for you who are not familiar with, we opened that Office of Economic Development. It is located right next door to the Board of Commissioners office. And by that is, we have our pulse on that office. That office is manned by the county engineer, the county planner, and Matt Reardon, who we hired on. Matt Reardon, if you don't know him, he's well respected into the economic development field. He has a success record, and that's what we want. We want success. So we engaged him to head our economic development office. The economic development office runs very, very smooth. We have someone making contacts. We receive calls. You have to have a well-groomed machine to get results, and that's why the economic development office is important. Prior to our one-stop shop with that office, we have been trying to get an audit of the alliance. I just recently received the audit. And for those of you who are familiar with audits, there's a general audit and then there's an itemized audit. This audit that we received was not itemized. You as taxpayers needs to know where every penny is spent. This Office of Economic Development reports to the auditor's office, and every penny is accounted for.
And then the 2-minute close, we'll start with Mike.
Sure. Mr. Milsap said something that was kind of interesting to me, that this commission district represents Michigan City. That's sad because it doesn't. This commission district represents the entire county. That's why the entire county votes for it. In addition, to run for this position, you have to live in a couple of townships, Michigan Township being one of them, Springfield being the other. So it would be important that a commissioner that you're going to vote for knows what he represents. And that what he represents is the entire county. It's not a city. If you're a city councilman or a mayor, you represent the city. So LaPorte is at a crossroads. We have projects that we have started and that we have not finished. It is time that we take the investments that we've already made of taxpayer dollars and try to wring out every ounce of value out of them before we start anything new. We have a Kingsbury Industrial Park, a $6 million investment. that, that development is struggling and is in receivership. How sad of a situation is that? Now, can a receiver run it? Perhaps, and because it's court appointed, they're gonna have to. But it should have never got to that place in the first time. So, it is time that we get a businessman back in the county commission seat. I'm a 25-year businessman and understand the things that we need to do to get this county moving forward. So I look for your vote on November 4th. Thanks.
Thank you. 2 minutes, Willie, on your close.
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to serve you the first 4 years, and with your blessing, I will continue to serve you for another 4 and work hard for all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, we're all adults. Let's be clear here. For example, if you're looking for a vehicle and you go to a salesman and he sells you a lemon, you will not go back to that salesman again. That's what you're dealing with. The other individual had 4 years to do the same thing that you elected me to do. My 4 years, you have results. You have an Office of Economic Development. You have a new Work One office that just reopened. You have a commission going to court to prevent services from being rendered to seniors and disabled people. You have a commission that stood up to the Camp Summit closing. You have a position that kept strip clubs from coming to your community. That's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a commission that deals with issues that matters to you. Salesmen, talk is cheap. Performance is what you want. This November, you have the opportunity to keep moving forward or go back to bickering and arguing and tax messes and lawsuits. That's your choice. Ladies and gentlemen, I respectfully request your support to continue working hard for all of you. No games, no bickering, no fighting, no arguments, just plain old simple results. Thank you.